Hey, ¿qué pasó, mi gente? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luis Lopez, and today I got a few picks for you from the Chiefs versus Chargers game. This game is taking place tomorrow, Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, over in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So we got two teams that are playing the first game of the season, but are playing abroad. This game does have a 3-point spread, 46.5 game total. So a good amount of a good amount of points are expected in this game. Let's go over to Price Picks so I can show you the picks that I have in mind for you. Let's go to the NFL. And for the first pick, I went with the QB from the Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, great career. But nothing here specifically against the Chiefs for me to show you. But what I can do is give you some information on his history versus the Chiefs. Justin Herbert, 2,395 yards and with 18 touchdowns in 9 games. Average 266.1 yard per game. Now with him, I ended up going with a pick of 199.5 passing yards. Why did I do that? Well, first game of the season, it's being played abroad in Sao Paulo. I don't know how these teams have adapted to Sao Paulo, Brazil, the time zone change, the condition, weather, so forth and so on, how the travel has affected them. So I go with an easier line. I know his season average versus the Chiefs is 266, way over the 199. So I expect Justin Herbert to be able to get us 200 yards at least. All right. Whenever I take a QB, I always bring him back with either a tight end or a wide receiver. This time around, I ended up going with his tight end. Although you could take one of his wide receivers, but I ended up going with his tight end, Will Disley. The line that I got is at 15.5 receiving yards. Now that I'm making the video, is at 16.5. I got a 15.5. Just in case receiving yards. I still think it's a good prop to take at 16.5. Regarding receptions, he's highly expected to get at least 2 receptions because it is a Goblin. So the expectation is that he's highly favored to get at least 2 receptions. His reception targets are at 3, and his longest reception line is at 11.5, meaning that they expect at least 10 to 12 yards from him. At least in one of the receptions. And in prior matchup, December the 8th of last year versus KC, his longest reception was 15 yards. So if he's expected to get at least 2 receptions and one of them happens to go over this one at 12, the second reception, he should be able to get us 4 or 5 yards to go over this 16.5 receiving yards. All right. Next play. I'm going on the other side, and I'm going over to Mahomes' safety blanket, and that is Travis Kelce. For those that have watched the NFL for a few years, for those that know KC, for those that know Travis Kelce and Mahomes, these two players, Mahomes is always looking for Travis Kelce. When he doesn't throw to Travis Kelce, it's because he has no other option. Otherwise, he's throwing to him. As of right now, his receptions are set at 5. I expect at least 8, 9 targets to him for him to get 5, 6, 7 receptions. He doesn't get that much after the catch anymore. He's mostly, does his route, hooks it 5, 6, 7 yards, and maybe runs for an additional yards and then gets tackled. He doesn't have the legs under him anymore. So because of that, I ended up taking his line at 29.5 receiving yards just to get us 30 yards. Why? Because what I'm looking at is this. Him getting at least 5 receptions at the lowest. 5 receptions. Him doing a few hooks that are 6 or 7 yards, which in turn, if you do 5 receptions on 6 or 7 yards, you get 30, 35 yards for him to go over this 29.5 receiving yards. Just going nice and easy on him. Again, first game of the season. And they're also playing abroad in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the same thing applies to Justin Herbert. Same thing applies to Disley. That applies to Travis Kelce. We don't know how they're going to play. So we're basically, all I'm doing right now is trying to make some educated guesses, for you. Now, the other play that I have for you, what's a field goal made, and it was Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goal made. I'm going to give you two options. The Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goal made. I did this specifically. This is for tonight's game. I did this specifically just to get a higher payout on this slip. Instead of just two goblins and one regular line, I added one additional regular line. And as I explained before, the Eagles are favored to beat the Dallas. That means Jake Elliott should have a good amount of attempts at field goals. And knowing him, he should be able to get us at least two of them. Something else you can consider is actually Jake Elliott's and Brandon Audrey's over 3.5 field goal made. I expect him to go over, and actually, interesting enough, the books expect him to go heavily over. I guess they're assuming that they're going to run a lot, try to slow down the clock, get in field goal range, and score field goals right away. But that'll be all basically in the first half, and then the second half, Philadelphia should be able to be already beating the Cowboys. So I'm assuming the industry thinks that this guy's going to get all his field goals pretty much in the first half. Hence why it is a goblin. So you can consider over 3.5 field goal made, adding Jake Elliott and Brandon together, or you can just go with Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goal as a full payout. The last thing I want to say to you is that let's make a community slip. Let me review the picks for you one last time before I talk about that. Justin Herbert, at least 200 yards. Will Disley, at least 17 yards. Travis Kelce, at least 30 yards. Jake Elliott, at least 2 field goals made. So what I was going to say is that let's make a community slip that includes maybe tonight's game, maybe tomorrow's game, and with the WNBA. Let's make a community slip that includes the NFL and the WNBA, and I'll put it out there and share it. And those that want to use it can use it if they want to. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you. Hey, God bless you and your family. Que Dios te bendiga y hasta la próxima. Chao.